Welcome to our metal journey. I'm Brad.
I'm Ayana.
We like to discuss the lyrics in detail, so make sure you hang around for that discussion at the end of the video. And if you're a long-time viewer and confused about the background, we've moved into a new apartment with a permanent recording spot. So we'll be able to put out a lot more videos now, and backgrounds are work in progress, but hopefully not too bad for a first draft. We've started a Discord server, so if you're into Discord, come join us there, and you can find the link in the description below. And we also now have a Twitter page or a Twitter handle, so you can also find that link in the description below. So today we are doing Powerwolf, Demons Are a Girl's Best Friend. This is a Patreon request from Kane Morgan, and Boris Feldman gets a freebie here because Boris also wanted some Powerwolf. So awesome.
Strange name.
So I think this is sort of power metal. Again, we just did.
That's why Powerwolf.
we just did Stratovarius recently. I think this is a lot more recent than that, but probably an evolution of something quite similar. I don't know the band or the song. Needless to say, you don't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
All right.
Let's hear it.
Let's see what we got. And I think they're German.
Wow, not Norwegian. I'm surprised. This guy's a proper actor, you know, like the faces that he makes with the eyes and all this like I don't know, like sleeps from the video that you can just put on the poster and it will be perfect.
It's very, very theatrical.
Very, very. You noticed in the beginning, so he was wearing like a priest garment so that they wouldn't notice anything, but he sort of reveals himself.
His hidden agenda.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's super cool. I like the melody.
It's super, super catchy.
Yeah.
Obviously synonymous with power metal. It's, you know, at least from my understanding, sort of the point.
Yeah.
That it's, you know, very accessible.
Especially for me.
What do you think of his makeup there?
Oh wow. Well, it reminds me of that Jim Burger
Yes.
guy who was also wearing, and his face was painted and everything, and the costume here. Yeah, it's a really good job. But also in the music, I noticed. So even though it sounds like catchy and kind of modern, also, but then I don't know how they did it, but I think it incorporates a little bit like the sound of the organ.
Could be.
Which makes it also, you know, go well with the theme of the church and the cathedral.
True.
So I don't know how they do that. Probably it's like synthesized or something.
Perhaps.
But it was. I liked it. I liked that little touch there.
I was picking up. It was like eerie sounded like ghost sounds, like.
Yeah. That was that, like an alien kind of stuff.
So I was just thinking like the spirits in the church, like is making those sort of sounds.
Like in the X-Files.
yeah. So it's like a subtle layer, but it adds to the atmosphere and the theatrics.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Let's jump back a slight bit there.
We wear the fire in their eyes. We wear a foreman-driven lies, for there's a truth behind the veil. They make you part of black and right. Protect the crane between your thighs, your antidote of evil, girl. Come resurrect him to the sky and wave all innocence goodbye.
Interesting end.
I wonder who's that second guy. He was like playing the piano. Is he part of the band, or?
I'd assume so. It's my expectation. Just bringing up the lyrics here.
How many people I wonder in that band? Because we only see the guy who sings, but I'm sure there are all those people that making the music and stuff, but they don't get to star there. That's a bit strange, except for the guy that supposedly plays maybe piano or organ or whatever.
Maybe they don't have his acting ability.
Well, I mean, if you just paint your face and make like scary faces, that would work for a video like that. There was a lot of
the video
dressing up there.
That
dressing down, I would say.
Dressing down.
Dressing down and change of clothes in the middle also.
Very unexpected. I didn't see it going in that direction.
Yeah, I wonder what Mike Pence would say about that. Yeah, I know that's a weird thought, but I just watched too much Trevor Noah recently, I think. So I think about that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, did you like it?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was provocative, definitely, and a bit of weird. But since I like weird,
yeah,
and it was, I would say, brave.
Challenging, yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a bit mocking and maybe a little bit, in a way, insensitive to some strong believers or something like that.
Perhaps. I think it's a little tongue-in-cheek. I don't see it as like overtly, like it's not like scorning in its condemnation. You know, it's not like overly hostile. It's
No,
just
I
sort
don't
of
think
a bit.
it's
It's
hostile. I
like
think it's
fun.
playful.
Yeah. Playful's a good way to.
But you know how
describe it.
people, how people judge you and
Yeah.
playful stuff.
What I'm thinking though, I mean, to tie it instrumentally, so because it is very accessible from a metal side. Like to me, and to be perfectly honest, this isn't really my favorite subgenre, or at least not done in this way. The easy comparison is just to Stratovarius because we just did them, and there, like the drumming and the guitar work, the solos, they were like very, very, very technical. And although it had this like happy metal, as someone put in the comments, although it had that happy metal feel and that accessibility, and the clean vocals and all that, the instruments were a lot more challenging. Something like this was, at least to me, like very simple instrumentally, but the path I'm headed with this is that people always talk about how like your best political commentary comes in comedy, and it's because there's some sugar to make the medicine go down easier, you know. So something like this, I think it helps to get away with it. They're doing it in a playful mood, but because it's sort of a little silly and lighter, and it helps to do it in a playful way. If this was like some very serious black metal band, well then it would be like, oh, like these guys are serious, like, you know, they're really taking it to religion here. But because it's done in this sort of more jovial way,
it's almost like a movie or something, like a short movie.
Yeah, but it makes it more palatable. So it's more effective in some ways, or it's more, people are more open to hearing it as a result, I think.
Well, I don't know. I guess. I mean, before saying that, you would probably need to ask people, actually.
Oh yeah, it's my best guess.
Yeah, because guessing about people, it doesn't always work out, Yeah. Even professionals that do social studies and stuff, they
True.
make mistakes.
True. So instrumentally, how did you find it?
I mean, the music was very jovial, and I do like the vocals a lot. Like such nice, clean and deep voice. I did enjoy it very much. Maybe like a touch of something harsh would work even better.
Oh, okay. Progress.
Yeah, but even for now, I did really enjoy the song. The instruments, and I guess, well, mainly it's because of the melody and how it went well with all the theatrics in the video. That's my take on that.
Okay. So I think I've pretty much covered all I've got on the instruments. So I guess let's get into the lyrics and sort of the point of the video. Like, what is it they're trying to tell us?
Well, I mean, the lyrics are a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say strange, but they're kind of saying about girls playing with the demons or something. And there is this obvious wordplay where diamonds are replaced with demons. And it mentions some like rituals, dark rites, and like loss of innocence, and basically like submitting to the dark desires or something like that.
Yeah, carnal desires.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite straightforward, I would say. So there is no even particular story here. It's just, I don't know, kind of a playful, what would you call it? Like a playful call to women to let their desires go free or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you read it, sort of, if you read this without the context of the video and the tongue-in-cheek nature of what the video is portraying, it could probably be a little bit ambiguous as to whether they were sort of poking fun at, religion's views on how women need to be conservative and that they can't express their sexuality and all these things, or whether
I would say, actually, if you just read the lyrics and don't watch the video, you wouldn't even guess that there is any religion here. To be fair, when you see the nuns and when you see the cathedral, that's where the religion comes in. But here it's just demons and women basically. It doesn't say anywhere church. Well, it does say evil, and there is one line, forget the Lord across the night, but you can just use it out of the church context completely.
True. So even if it's just a societal commentary rather than directed specifically at the church, but either way, to be honest, it's quite a big extension between the old school religious views on women and sexuality and societal views on it as well. One determined the other anyway. Society held that view because it was a church pushed agenda essentially. But yeah, the point I was trying to get to there is that without knowing that's the tone, you could almost read the lyrics as backing that up, as condemning women for saying that the men are demons and you need to protect your thighs and etc. Holy Grail, it refers to the Holy Grail between your thighs, or sorry, the Grail between your thighs. There's a little bit of a religious connection there.
It's more like a story about King Arthur, right? The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Do you remember correctly?
True.
But it was the whole story was also about this religious. They do actually. Yeah, Holy Grail is not just the myth. They probably. I don't remember if it's in the Bible anyway. Actually.
My knowledge on that isn't good
enough. I don't know.
But either way, either way, you could see this as them actually backing up that view of woman. But then when you see the video, and then it's completely obvious, the sarcasm and the tongue-in-cheek nature of it.
Yeah, I think the video adds a lot to the lyrics here, especially showing this because it's based on contrast. Obviously, everything is just so in contrast. Church and the devil, being present in the cathedral, and then obviously nuns, which are supposed to be the most innocent creatures, and then always Victoria's Secret parading there, which you wouldn't expect. That would actually even changes into the leather at the end of it, and do all those.
They went into bondage.
Well, not so much of a bondage, but more I don't know. There was this scene when they were all together, which reminded me of the scene from the movie Perfumer.
What movie?
Perfumer, I think. It's based on a book about a guy who could basically control people's feeling using the senses. So he had very a lot of sensitivity to the smell, I think. And he could just, eventually he was a serial killer, but he was trying to capture this smell of desire.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah,
and you have to murder them or something.
Yeah, he had to kill women to
and
capture their scent and then incorporate it into the perfume. But it's because he was completely, he didn't have any smell of his own, and I think the whole book is about how much this sense of smell actually influences people's affections, and because he was without a smell, so he wasn't attracting anyone at all, and that's why he was trying to sort of derive this scent that would attract people to him. And there was this scene when he actually does that, and all the people the whole crowd just feeling all that lust and desire.
They do that.
They do that, although on a smaller scale. But yeah, that reminded me of the film as well. So yeah, and because they're using those contrasts, I think it works very well to depict maybe the fears of conservative people, or the fears of those people who are afraid of empowered women. That if you let the woman be empowered and do what she wants and be open with her desires, that's what's gonna happen, you know? That's what we imagine is gonna happen, and obviously it looks ridiculous, and I think that's a really good satire here, because obviously it's not gonna be like that, and you know, all those fears, when you look at that, they just sort of are supposed to die right there, because come on, you're fearing of such a, you know, stupid thing. It's not going to be like that, obviously, so why do you even so like your position doesn't hold any water because it's just ridiculous. When you picture it as you say it, that's what you're going to see, and obviously that's just ridiculous. So
with the video exaggerates but points out how silly the views are. It mocks it in its silliness. It's very, very clever.
Yeah, but not in a like aggressive way, but in a playful way.
It's almost like when there's like conspiracy theorists, right? And then there's the like one of the ways to see through a conspiracy theory is to ask, okay, and then what, and then what, and then what, and like, and what's the point of that, and why, and why, and why. And it's like the more you ask, or like the more they show, okay, so what would happen then, and what would happen then, and what would happen then, you see how like ridiculous the outcome becomes. It's just like takes it to this silly conclusion that sort of proves how it's just nonsense.
Yeah, and I also like this idea, well, which is not new, but basically the idea of using the laughter and the humor to battle people's like stereotypes and fears and stuff like that. I think like the filmmakers and the writers, they already used it obviously in their art. So I think, for example, whose was the film? The Insidious Bastards, right? Inglourious, yeah, that one. The Inglourious Bastards. So when you start watching the film, it seems like so ridiculous. How can this be a comedy about such a, you know, awful time? But then I remember when I was watching it and I was laughing so hard, and I realized that like when you laugh at it, it doesn't, you know, this fear doesn't hold power over you anymore.
But yeah, that's exactly the point I was trying to get to with that, how like laughter makes, or sugar makes the medicine go down easier. It's our hardest hitting cutting edge news these days comes from the comedy, like the political satirists, like your Trevor Noahs and Stephen Colbert's and John Oliver's and all these guys, certainly from a left-leaning perspective at least. They're not only doing great comedy, but they're giving like hard-hitting, like insightful, cutting-edge messages, like really important messages. It's not just like pointless comedy, but it's because you can say very difficult things in like camouflaged within comedy, and people are more open to it. Yeah,
and because you're like, although they are said in satirical manner, it doesn't make them any less true, you know.
Yeah, and people are more willing to engage and listen.
Yeah, I agree. So behind all this very power metal and accessible song, there is such a good message, which I do like.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon for some more metal.
Thank you for watching.